Steve and Alan's pro tips in a short time. Learn a lot.
Hey, Alan.
Hey, Steve.
So you copied me on an email this morning and you said, I think this might be a good pro tip. And I immediately thought the same thing. I also think we should re-release this one in the fall when everybody is coming back. But I also think it's going to be applicable as we wrap things up. So the teacher had written to you with some frustrations, a common frustration. What was it?
How can I better effectively communicate to students why deadlines are a crucial part of becoming an adult and their success in school and life?
Yeah, and I liked that your answer was not, well, kids these days, they just don't get it, and you're just going to have to suck it up. And I also liked that the answer was not some sort of Pollyanna-ish, well, just keep holding them to high standards and they'll come around. I feel like it was a good middle ground between those things. So what did you say?
Here's exactly what I said. That's a good question. I think a lot of people want the answer to that, and not just those who work with students. And one of my answers to that question is a little nuanced. Make sure that all deadlines make sense and have a why communicated with them. Students and adults seem to think that all deadlines are inflated or fake or flexible or random. And one reason for that is that a lot of times they are. So, something that sometimes works is this line of communication. For example, I'd love to have your shirt and shoe order forms in by Thursday so I can get it started by the weekend. I have to have them by Monday noon because the order must be placed by 5 p.m. Monday. Please get them to me by Thursday if you can, but Monday morning works if you need extra time. After that, it's too late.
So is this an example? You said students and adults sometimes think that deadlines are inflated, fake, flexible, or random, and you said they are sometimes.
Yeah,
Is this an example of something where the deadline for these order forms is fake or flexible or inflated?
it has flexibility because I'd like them by Thursday so I can do it over the weekend.
Got it. And so your point is like you might be thinking as the band director, all right, I'm going to say that they're due Thursday so I can work on them over the weekend when they're actually due on Monday. But we don't tell the students or the parents that. And instead we say they're due Thursday. And the parents might turn them in a little bit late, or the students might turn them in a little bit late with no, consequence because we don't really have to turn them in till Monday. And we're kind of training them like, yeah, it is okay to turn this in late. These are somewhat flexible. And if we just tell them exactly
Mm-hmm.
what we are thinking and what we are doing, we might get better results.
Yeah, this is what happens. So I got to place the order on Monday. I really want it by Thursday. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set it for Tuesday because these kids are always late. And then some of them miss that Tuesday deadline. And everyone hears, oh, hey, this is late, but actually I can take them until Thursday. But then someone panics because they didn't get it in until Friday. And that then you tell that person, oh, because it's like one of your favorite students or whatever. Like they're panicking and they're feeling really bad. And you can tell them, well, hey, actually, it's okay. I don't really make the order until Monday. And then everybody who overhears this or gets told about it or finds out about it, and the person you say that to becomes desensitized to deadlines. Oh, when Mr. Fire says Tuesday, actually means Monday. So that's the kind of thing that I mean is like fake or arbitrary or random. In my example, it was I'd love to have your X by day for this reason. I have to have them by day because reason. So please get them to me by preferred deadline if you can, but actual drop dead deadline works if you need extra time. And then this phrase, after that, it's too late. And then it better be too late. If you bring it in at 1 o'clock on Monday, you have to say, I'm sorry, I guessed at your sizes. This is too late.
The other thing I like about this from me, someone who struggles with deadlines, is I do way better when a director is wanting some type of arrangement from me. And instead of just giving me a deadline, and then both of us knowing I might kind of go a day or two past that because they know me. I work better when they say, so the drill writer or the choreographer is planning to write our show on these days. And all of a sudden, when I feel like I might be inconveniencing someone else by blowing a deadline, I care way more about it. And in your hypothetical about the apparel, I feel like if I'm a parent or a kid and you say to me, well, the deadline, I have to turn it in on Monday, but I would really like to be able to work on this over the weekend so I'm not doing all 100 of these at the last minute, then I'm going to be more inclined to meet that Thursday deadline because I know I'm not putting you in as much of a bind.
Yeah, if you've built good relationships and done the other stuff we've talked about on this podcast, I think a lot of people feel that way. And then you got people who are overwhelmed and they're like, okay, when does it have to absolutely have to be in? Then you give them that as well. And in your situation, what you just described is, yeah, not wanting to let people down. That's a reason why. So, and that's a very valid reason why. And you've been given a reason why. And they're not just being arbitrary, because I'm willing to bet that sometimes the deadline that people request from you is just about, it would sure be nice to see it.
Yes.
Or I'd really like to know that it's done so that I'm less anxious. But that's also a reason that they could say out loud, but we don't always.
Yeah. So just be a little bit more honest with everyone about your deadlines, people. I love it.
And then become somebody who has a reputation where all of your deadlines make sense. And then you might have to explain them a little less in the future.
And maybe I can become someone whose reputation is I always meet my deadlines.
That's another quick pro tip. So we'll save that for the future.
If you've got a quick pro tip to turn me around on that one, that might be your greatest quick pro tip ever.
I'll work on it, man.
All right. Thanks, Alan.
Thanks, Steve.
Steve and Alan's Pro Tips in a short time. Learn